Good morning, you guys. I just wanted to come on and do a quick video on, well, you know, I'm saying quick and it always ends up really, really long. And it's one I'm really nervous about doing because it's on the whole cruelty free. Am I cruelty free? Am I not? And this came about because of my mistake, if you like, because I bought and reviewed the Peter Thomas Roth eye serum. I think it's actually turned out okay because I didn't like it. It's not like I was recommending it. But somebody had put a comment saying, I'm confused by this video. I thought you were cruelty free. Is this no longer the case? And so I thought that I would clarify it because I've actually done my best to not clarify and to not ever say this is a cruelty free channel. But where I've done videos where I know everything is cruelty free within it, I've put cruelty free in the title so that people looking for cruelty free items can find it. Whereas if there's one item that I'm not 100% sure of, then I won't put cruelty free in the title. It was a few years ago that I decided to try and convert everything I have to being cruelty free, and when I talked about it I said I am going to first do makeup, then I'm going to do skincare, then I'm going to do hair care. I've never really discussed it again since then, other than to tell you I'm trying to find a cruelty free replacement for this, I'm trying to find a cruelty free replacement for that. That will be a constant story, if you like. The reason that I didn't ever come out and say anything, because I'm pretty much now cruelty free on makeup, skincare and hair care, but the reason I didn't say anything is because there are still a couple of items that I cannot hand on heart swear that I will never buy my holy grail product again. For example, my Tresemme deep cleansing shampoo, my Tresemme moisture conditioner. I have tried and tried and tried and am still trying to find replacement products, and I'm using them up, and I've got some Tresemme bottles left still, and I'm just leaving them there so that I can use them in the times where I don't have something else to try. But I think people underestimate what it takes to convert to cruelty free. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money, and it takes a lot of habit as well. And so what I mean by that is, for me, with makeup, it took me a long time. I'd go into Boots, and for years I've been going in, looking at new at the drugstore items that I can do a video for, and then in skincare and things, looking at ingredients. That's what my habit was, if you like. I was in the habit of doing. So I would go into Boots or Superdrug and I'd start looking at things at L'Oreal, and it took time for me to go, oh no, they're not cruelty free. I knew the big ones like L'Oreal and the counters like Lancome and whatnot and Clinique weren't cruelty free, so that was easier, you know, that I would just go, no, they're not cruelty free, remember not to look at them. But it took me quite a while to remember not to buy stuff from the brands that I was used to buying things from. So that was a time, that was the habit part of it, sorry, not the time, that was the habit part of it. And it's the same with skincare and hair care, especially since my memory isn't great. And so, like I said, with the big brands it's fine, but if I feel like I'm constantly looking up to see if something is cruelty free, but I don't remember if it is, unless it's a brand that I go back to time and time again, I don't remember. And with the Peter Thomas Roth one, it was one of those that I was like, oh, Peter Thomas Roth, they're cruelty free, and I bought it. Now, of course, I should have checked. I absolutely should have checked. I'm so annoyed at myself that I have given £30 to a company that is not even slightly cruelty free. I'm annoyed at myself for that. But I'm not going to kick myself for the rest of my life for this, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to be cruelty free, and I've spent a lot of money, time and effort in doing so. So I have to give myself credit for that. I'm trying, and it's better, way better now that I barely give any money to companies that are not cruelty free than when I started YouTube and for the first few years where I didn't even consider that. Well, I did consider it. I was very, very naive and assumed that because there was this law that we couldn't test on animals in the UK, that everything was cruelty free. That's just a stupid assumption that I had. So I need to get into the habit, and I am mostly in the habit, but like I said, things happen like with this Peter Thomas Roth that just, I think, is it cruelty free? There was something I was, even in this, no, I'm not talking about it in this video, in the whole video that I just filmed. Which one was it? Was it, I can't remember, it was a mascara anyway, and I picked it up and I said, this is cruelty free, and then I was like, is it? And I was like, I'm sure I would have checked it at the time, but let me now go and double check, you know, because again, online, every single product you have to check, is this cruelty free? So that's the habit part of it. The time part of it, I remember when I first started to replace my skincare and hair care, my goodness, there was this one day I was standing in Superdrug and I was looking at brands and going, right, what about this brand, and trying to look at it on my phone, but my phone wasn't getting a good reception. So I remember asking the security guard, can I leave my basket of things here? And I want to go outside and get some signal and see if I can find out what these products are, because you can look them up, are they cruelty free, but then which website do you go to? You're only on your little phone. So I'd go to the company website, but then it wasn't clear where it was. And I remember standing and scrolling through, I was going, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. It's not always clear from, you know, they might not even say, some companies don't even say, so then you have to go and find a cruelty free blogger that you know, that you trust, because there are some people that think that even PETA, or PETA, however you say it, promote people that are cruelty free that other people don't believe are cruelty free. There's all these different levels of cruelty free. Like Paula's Choice, for example, use beetles in as an ingredient in some of their products, but people believe them to be cruelty free. I suppose, I don't know whether they advertise as being vegan, that would be more vegan as in the ingredients. And somebody did say to me recently on a product, that's not cruelty free, but it just wasn't vegan. So it's quite a complicated, time-consuming thing. And that day where I was sort of fairly at the beginning of my journey, I remember I had a really stressful weekend and I didn't get half the things I needed to get done. I'd got up to Edinburgh early. I was meeting my friend for lunch, and I spent most of my time in Superdrug trying to find skin and hair care replacements, and I didn't. And the thing is, you spend all the money on these things, take them home, I'd try them, and then they were no good. So then that's money wasted, you know. Some products you can kind of use up, others are just too bad. And then you need to spend more money to try other products that are then no good. So it does take a big time and money investment. So that's part of the reason why I feel like I can't ever say I'm 100% cruelty free, because I know that there may be slip ups with me, literally from forgetting. And I'm sure there'll be people that'll say, well, she just wanted to review that because it was popular, whatever. There'll be people that say that. Fine, say that. I know how bad my memory is. I'm surprised it's not happened more often, to be honest with you. There have been things that I've bought and then gone, shit, that is not cruelty free. I'm not reviewing it. You know, I'm not giving it its credit. And you could say, well, I could take the video down, but actually I'm not recommending the Peter Thomas Roth serum. But I just don't have enough faith in myself, certainly at the moment, to confidently say I'm 100% cruelty free. And also, I think when you're cruelty free, again, at the beginning, I had a lot of comments about you should also be vegan, and there are different levels of cruelty free, and people believe what they believe, you know, and that you should be the same level as them. So that's part of the reason. The other reason, though, is that I'm mostly, like I said, skincare and hair care. I can't remember the last time I bought something. I certainly haven't bought anything. I haven't bought any more Tresemme since trying to convert, so a long time ago. The only thing I bought that wasn't cruelty, or I wasn't sure if it was cruelty free, is my husband asked me to buy something for his eyelids because he has eczema, and I ended up using it. It was Avene, I think it was, and I ended up using it when my neck was all broken out, because I just didn't have time to research something that I could buy and whether or not it was cruelty free. But after, even if I get to the point where I've covered skincare and hair care, I would then like to move on to nails. Because again, I wouldn't say my channel was cruelty free, knowing that I may well mention a nail product and not know if it is cruelty free. I would like to move on to nails, and even like tools and things like that, you know. There's a lot of videos that I don't do now, or certainly don't do as often. Like, for example, I don't really do a new at the drugstore anymore, because the new at the drugstore I did was mostly the big brands, you know, that are not cruelty free, and so that's a video that I can no longer do. So again, it takes some sort of rearranging and planning as to what you're going to review. But hopefully that explains it, and I might well turn the comments off on this video, just because one of the other reasons that I didn't ever want to say this is cruelty free is to avoid the hate, because that was something I was so disenchanted when I said I was converting to cruelty free. I got more hate comments than I had ever before, and I thought, how bizarre, because I never got people saying you should be cruelty free when I wasn't. But now I'm trying to buy more, I'm spending more money on cruelty free products. People then have an issue, or they're almost like people are, yay, hello baby boy, hello darling, say hello, how are you? How was the vet? Was it good?
Quite nice, Mum.
Were you a good boy?
It was a star.
Yeah. What's wrong with his eye?
Alex.
My little guy Watson, he has been to the vet. He's got a little, it looks like a little sty on his eye, but he also needed to go for blood tests and to have his allergy injection. This is the first time Kev's taken him in about a year. It's normally me that takes him, but I've got the GP and we weren't sure he was going to be back in time for me to get to the GP, so he took him. But it's all fine, it's nothing, everything's good. I can't remember where I was. I think I was pretty much at the end of my ramble about trying to be cruelty free as much as I can, wanting to move everything eventually onto it, you know, gadgets and devices and kind of sundries as well, like shower gels and soaps and perfumes, and there's all of that kind of thing that I would like to move into being cruelty free. And hopefully now, you know, I've had a good week of headaches, or a good week with a lack of headaches, and the migraines may be under control with this Botox, which might mean I can go back to researching things, because I used to do a lot of videos on my channel that took a lot of research, and I haven't been able to do that. So there's a lot of things on my list that I need to research for my own health, for Watson's health, for cruelty free, for videos, you know, and you need time. Like I said, you need the time, you need money, you need to keep on trying things, and I think it's a journey, and I think it's better to be on this journey than to just say, no, I'm not going to be bothered. And so I would commend anyone that is trying to convert to cruelty free. Maybe I'll leave the comments on, and then, you know what, I'll leave the comments on and I can just delete and block anybody that's being nasty. There's just no reason for it, you know. But hopefully I will not make another error in judgment. It is really useful when people tell me if something is cruelty free or not. Somebody will say, that is cruelty free, that isn't cruelty free, whatever, you know, and that is useful, because it then it's another sort of confirmation in my head, like, to try and get the information in there. But that's everything for now. Thank you so much for listening, and I will speak to you again soon.